Man accused of killing a Cleveland mother back in 1997 is now asking a judge to throw out the case. That man's defense attorneys point to a different suspect in Catherine Parisi's disappearance and say delayed prosecution is violating his rights. Senior investigator Sarah Goldenberg has been following this case for years. She has the latest for us tonight.
Missing since April 17, 1997, 25-year-old Kathy Parisi never got to see her daughters Angelina and Cecilia grow up. She vanished after taking an escort call in Parma. Her car found a day later with her keys and cash inside. 19 Investigates first interviewed her daughters back in January 2020, when we learned detectives were investigating her case as a homicide.
I only can remember our family broken. So it's nice to have those pictures of us all together, but I don't remember any of it.
Shortly after she went missing, and my life just started falling apart, and then Angelina was taken away and I felt like I had nobody.
Kathy's case went cold. Her body was never found. Now, nearly 30 years later, her daughters hope they'll get justice as the trial nears for Michael Bukowski, the Toledo man charged with Kathy's murder. His defense team recently filed a motion to dismiss, calling the delay to indict Bukowski unjustifiable since he was a suspect back in 1997. Back then, police said records showed a phone in his apartment and a nearby payphone contacted Kathy's escort service around the time she took a client's call and was never seen again. Bukowski was interviewed but never charged. Then his attorneys say the case sat untouched for 17 years. And even when detectives reopened the case in 2015 and retested evidence in 2016, Cuyahoga County prosecutors waited 8 more years to indict him. We spoke with Bukowski's attorney, Marcus Sidoti, partner at FG&G, last year.
This is an allegation that's about 3 decades old. And my client has maintained his innocence in regards to the allegations. He's remained in the community. He's been working. He's obviously here at court today for his pretrial, so he's not a flight risk, and obviously everybody's innocent until proven guilty.
Now, key witnesses have died, memories have faded, and the defense says they can't test some of the alleged evidence against him. According to court documents, that includes a fingerprint found on a CD in Kathy's car back in the early days of the investigation that police say matched Bukowski when they tested it in 2016. And a broken necklace with a sunflower pendant police found in his apartment back in 1997 that looked like the necklace Kathy wore every day. In court documents, the defense says at some point, Kathy's car was destroyed or removed from evidence, and they say the necklace went missing 10 years ago. Court documents show the defense honed in on a different suspect for Kathy's disappearance, James Fea, who died back in 2022. He was an escort client of Kathy's and attacked her in his North Olmsted home back in January 1997, according to documents. Kathy told police Fea choked her, put a bag over her head, and tried to kill her. He was arrested, but prosecutors dropped the charges after Kathy vanished. The defense says 4 witnesses pointed police to Fea as a suspect over the years. Police investigated him at the time. Fea denied any involvement and was never charged in connection with Kathy's disappearance. A judge hasn't ruled on the motion to dismiss yet. The defense says they want one key question answered. What new evidence did prosecutors bring to the grand jury that they didn't already have? We're still waiting to hear more on the prosecutor's case against Bukowski. Since the case is still pending, they told us they declined to comment. Sarah Goldenberg, 19 News.
Bukowski will be back in court next Tuesday. His trial is set for August 24th. We reached out to his attorney. Marcus Sidoti tells 19 News, quote, every family who's missing someone wants justice, but they got the wrong guy and they dropped the ball, end quote. Kathy's daughter, Angelina Spears, sent us a statement saying in part, quote, while we respect and understand the legal process far too well, seeking dismissal before that process is complete feels like another attempt to silence my mother's voice and deny our family justice after it's been repeatedly delayed for almost 30 years, end quote.